Well, hello. My name is Doug, and I'm here to show you my bird. This here is a 26-pound bird. She's all natural, big-breasted, never frozen, all natural. Now, every year I name my birds. Last year I had Tony Danza because I showed him who was the boss. This year, with its natural large breast bird, how could I go wrong with Dolly Parton? There she is, there's a Dolly. And on top of the bird, we're going to do a brining today. We're going to teach you how to brine. If you don't brine or you haven't brined, or you're thinking about brining, or what the hell is brining? Brining is just taking your bird, putting it in a bath, all sexy like, and letting it sit for 12 to 15 hours. You usually want to do about an hour a pound, never exceeding 24 hours, because nobody wants a watery bird. So here's the bird, and here are my spices. Now, my spices, I can't tell you everything that's in my spices, but I will tell you that there is cinnamon, there is sugar, there is brown sugar, there is cloves. My little secret ingredient, instead of using apple cider, because you never know, it could go bad, could turn into a vinaigrette if you let it sit around too long. Hey, use the instant cider that you use in your K-cups or you use in your drinking. You get the dried cider, boom, right in there, along with basil. Never salt. You never put salt because you don't want to drain any of the natural juices out of the turkey. You know, the whole point of brining is to put juices into the turkey. All right. Now, I do want to give my lovely bird a bath. So to start out, I'm going to cut 3 apples. 2 and 3. We're going to cut up 3 apples. Some people put onions. Some people put all kinds of different stuff. I just want to put a couple apples. And all I'm doing is I'm not going to core them. I'm just going to cut them into fourths. Because you just want to get the flavor in there. You're not really doing anything other than that. All right? Now, some people do boil their brine first to try to get all the flavors connected together. But you know what? When you boil your brine, the problem with that is now you gotta wait for the damn thing to come to room temperature. Well, who's got time for that? This bird needs to go. Dolly is waiting. Dolly needs to get in her luxurious bath, her beautiful, nice room temperature bath. So it needs to be room temperature. Now, I use a cooler with ice inside of it. There's ice in there. And I got my bird. Oh, I have to introduce you to somebody new this year. Now, last year I had a problem. Well, I had somebody named Paula. And Paula, every time I had hot grease on her, her top popped off. Every time I would get her to suck, and her top would come off. She's kind of a little Thanksgiving whore, if you know what I mean. So, this year, last year I broke up with Paula. I decided I was done with her. So this year I found a new lady in my life. And I saw her in aisle 5. And she's a redhead. And I just had to grab her when I saw her. Her name is Sheila. I'm going to introduce you to Sheila. Here's Sheila. Now, I'm going to bring her up a little closer so you can see Sheila. Now, Sheila has measurements here for all the grease to come up And look at that. Her top don't come off like that little whore. Look at that. I can get all kinds of hot grease in her. And I ain't got to worry about her spurting up all over me. Yeah. Say hello to Sheila. Let's hope Sheila lasts more than a year. We'll see. Anyway, so. Now. Cold brine, not hot brine. You want to keep your turkey at a temperature under 43 degrees. So you want to make sure the ice is imperative. If you don't have a refrigerator, my refrigerator is tiny. So there's no way I'm going to fit this big of a turkey inside of that refrigerator. Oh, I know. You're saying, you're only feeding 6 people. What do you need a 25-pound turkey for? Shut up. All right? It's all about KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. All right? Bigger the turkey, more leftovers. I ain't got to worry about running out. And the worst thing is the turkey is bad. And everybody goes, oh, you got a lot of leftover shit turkey. But when's the last time anybody ever told you that turkey was shit? Never. All right, so now you can brine in a pot. You can brine in a big giant container. That's the hardest thing to figure out. So I have this, and I do have to say, I like to get a little kinky. I like to use zip ties and plastic bags. Kind of makes the mess go away. You know, I bring my little Dolly Parton, put her in a bag, put my spices in, fill my water, put my apples in, and then I cinch it up airtight. Where now you ain't got to worry about weighing it down because some of that turkey is going to come up. And usually when you brine your turkey, you want to do breast down because you want to make sure that the breast is going to be totally covered. With a plastic bag, you ain't got to worry about that because you're going to squeeze all the air right out of it. And then you're going to zip tie that son of a bitch so it doesn't come loose. Now, like I said, you never want to brine over 24 hours. When you're done with the brine now, we're going to go into that later. So we got our spices. We got our plastic wrap. We got our apples. We got our bird. Look at that bird. Ooh, look at that bird. Okay, anyways, all right. I'm getting carried away now. Okay, all right. So we're going to get this bird. We're going to put it in the bag. All right? Now, if you have young children in the room or you feel a little queasy about seeing sexy things, go ahead and turn it off now. I'm putting the bird in the bag. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, salmonella everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right in the bag. Oh, we want to keep it sexy. Yep. I'm going to roll over the outside of the bag so that I don't get it too full of turkey juices. All right? We're going to get rid of this turkey platter out of the way so you can see. All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to chuck our apples in there. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. One more. Boom! There you go. That's right. Now we take our spices. Now remember, you can go ahead and go to the store and you can buy your own spice kit. I recommend you go on Food Network. Elton Brown has an awesome brining. I do my own, but always remember 3 things. Sage, brown sugar, and I usually do basil or peppercorn, stuff like that. Never salt. You don't want to dry it out. So now I'm going to add my dry seasoning to the bird. All right. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Good. Now we're going to add water. Now, like I said, some people boil it. Some people don't. I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to place this entire bird in the cooler. Is how I'm going to do it. That way I ain't got to try to lift up a big old thing of water and have water go all over the floor. And been there, done that. Don't want to do that again. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to throw this bird. Oh my goodness, she don't even fit. What a fatty. What a fatty bitch bird. Oh, I love her. Okay. So now what we're going to do, she's fitting in there pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour some water in on her. Now this is not really, it's more of a room temperature water. It's not cold. All right. And just keep the bag up so you know you ain't going to get water all over the place. If you need help, ask somebody to come help. If not, just use a measuring cup to pour all the water in there. Now what you want to do is you want to get this thing totally covered. Now, it's not covered yet, so I need to add more water. More water. All right. So, now, there's been many years where I didn't brine at all. But sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't matter. If you get a butterball turkey, you usually don't need to brine at all. Because you're usually injected with all kinds of different fluids and greases and shit, so you ain't got to worry about that being dry. But every year it's fun to do it, just to see what kind of flavor you can get out of it. And a brine turkey, you can smoke it. You can roast it like I'm going to do. You can fry it. Just need to make sure that when it's done, you pat it dry really, really well. A lot of people ask me, how do I cook the turkey? Some people start it like a roast, where they go 500 for the first 10 minutes, and then they go 300 for the rest of the day. I don't do it. I don't do that because I don't want the skin to get too crisp. And how do you get crispy skin? I need more water. How do you get crispy skin? Well, there's two different ways. I like a crispy skin, but I like the flavor, so I like to use butter. I use butter all over it, underneath the skin, everywhere. That's where I like to do butter. If you want more of a crispy outside, where you're less calories, just do some oil. Put some oil on the outside, cover it with some foil, put it in the oven. I myself go with the tactic where instead of starting at 500 degrees, I might end at 450 degrees to try to get that oomph on that skin. And remember, never, ever, ever put the lid on your pot. When you put it inside that black and white roasting pan and you put the pan on top, that's just killing your turkey. What are you doing? Why would you shield? You want to boil your turkey? What are you, Irish? What are you doing? You don't boil your turkey. If you're worried about the turkey getting too brown, put some foil on it. Make a little foil broth. Put little foil things on its thighs. Don't stir and put a freaking lid on it. You're not boiling your turkey. That's just going to ruin the skin. Therefore, you ruin the turkey and you ruin Thanksgiving. Great job. So what I want to do is I want to get just to where the water is just over the turkey. I'm going to bring it over so you can look. All right, here we go. Here we come. Come for a walk with me. We're going to point it towards me because I don't know if I clean the house good enough. So, all right, here we go. So now, you see the water, all the spices, and the apples. And we're just a little bit above the water, which is going to be fine because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bag and I'm going to seal it. And when I do, as you see, the water is going to come up and cover the whole thing. That is the advantage of using a plastic bag over using a pan or something like that. So let's get out our kinky tools. All right. We're going to get out our sexy kinky tools. We're releasing the air out of this. All right. Okay. And like I said before, you got to think about how big your turkey is. You want to go about an hour a pound when you're doing this, but you never want to go over 24 pounds. So yes, it's a 25-pound turkey, but that doesn't mean I'm going to leave it in the brine for 24 hours. I'm going to pull this out tomorrow morning, probably around 6 a.m. Make it an hour, get it nice and dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw the butter on it and the herbs and all that good stuff. All right, get ready for it. Listen. Oh, listen. A little more. There he goes. There it goes. Oh, it's tight. It's airtight. There you go. Now that thing is airtight. Now I have ice underneath. So now I just need to put a little bit of ice on top. Just to maintain that it's staying cold. You know, don't waste your ice in your house. Go to 7-Eleven. Pick up some ice. It's like $1.74 a bag. Come on now. Make it so that everybody at your house can't have ice with the drink because you decided to put it on the turkey. Alright, okay, alright. A little more ice. And, you know, later on, if this, you know, melts down a little bit, go ahead and throw some more ice on it. Oh, that's not good. Alright, come on, baby, get in there. Oh, she doesn't want to get in. Okay, well, you know what? You know what? Big girls, you are beautiful. You are beautiful too. All right, so we're just going to leave that there. Oh, goodness. Here goes my knife. Oh, don't forget about Sheila. All right. All right, so that is my brine. You could do any brine you want. Go ahead and post. Tell me what kind of brine you did. If you've done a brine, you know what? Post me if you've done a brine and it didn't work. Because you know what? I probably won't find one post where a brine said, I put in this liquid, it was horrible. I even had somebody tell me the other day that they brined it in pickle juice. And they said it was wonderful. I don't know about that. But there's something to be said for vinegar. Now, you guys are going to have to leave me alone a little while to spend some time with my bird.